The body changes as we grow older, and this is something many people over the age of 50 quietly notice in their daily life. Foods that once felt light now feel heavy. Energy does not last as long as it used to. After eating, there may be sleepiness, discomfort, or a strange drop in focus. These changes are not a failure of discipline or willpower. They are a natural result of how the body ages and how digestion, blood sugar control, and hormone balance slowly shift over time. After the age of 50, the digestive system becomes a little slower. The stomach empties more slowly, enzymes are released at a different pace, and the muscles that help move food through the gut are not as strong as before. At the same time, the way the body handles sugar also changes. Cells do not respond to insulin as efficiently as they once did, and the pancreas has to work harder to keep blood sugar balanced. This is why many older adults feel tired after meals, even if they are not eating large portions. Blood sugar balance becomes especially important at this stage of life. When blood sugar rises too fast, the body releases more insulin to bring it down. In younger years, the body handles this quickly and smoothly. With age, this process can become uneven. Sugar may rise quickly, then fall too low, leaving a person feeling weak, shaky, sleepy, or mentally dull. This pattern often goes unnoticed, but it affects daily energy, mood, and long-term health. Fruits are often seen as healthy and safe, and they truly are valuable foods. They provide vitamins, minerals, fiber, and natural energy. But even natural foods interact differently with an aging body. Fruits contain natural sugars, and these sugars still affect blood glucose levels. The key is not to fear fruit, but to understand how the body responds to it now compared to earlier years. A banana is a very common fruit, easy to eat, affordable, and gentle on the stomach. Many people over 50 choose bananas because they are soft, filling, and easy to digest. They are often eaten alone, as a quick snack, or with breakfast. What most people do not realize is that even a simple banana can create very different reactions depending on how and when it is eaten, and on the condition of the body at that moment. When a banana is eaten, its natural carbohydrates are broken down into glucose. This glucose enters the bloodstream and provides energy. On paper, this sounds like a good thing, and it is, but the speed at which this happens matters a great deal, especially in an older body. If glucose enters the blood too quickly, the system can become stressed. The pancreas releases insulin to move the sugar into the cells, but aging cells may not respond as smoothly as before. For someone over 50, this can lead to a short burst of energy followed by a sudden drop. The person may feel heavy, sleepy, or unfocused. Some may feel hungry again very soon, even though they just ate. Others may notice bloating or discomfort. These reactions are confusing and often blamed on aging in general, but they are closely tied to how blood sugar is rising and falling after meals. It is important to understand that these reactions do not mean the body is broken. They mean the body is asking for a different approach. With age, the body prefers steadiness over speed. It responds better to slow digestion, gradual energy release, and gentle support rather than quick spikes. This is where awareness becomes more powerful than restriction. Many people over 50 worry that they must start cutting out foods they enjoy. This creates stress, and stress itself worsens blood sugar control and digestion. The goal is not removal. The goal is adjustment. Small changes in how foods are eaten can create big differences in how the body feels afterward. Stress also plays a larger role in digestion as we age. Worry, rushing, poor sleep, and emotional tension all affect how food is processed. Eating the same banana in a calm state versus a rushed or anxious state can lead to completely different outcomes. The nervous system and digestive system are deeply connected, and this connection becomes more sensitive with age. Another factor is activity level. Muscles help use glucose efficiently. When activity is low, sugar tends to stay in the bloodstream longer. Many older adults are less active due to joint pain, fatigue, or busy routines. This does not mean exercise must be intense. Even gentle movement changes how the body handles food. But when movement is limited, food choices and timing become even more important. What matters most is understanding that food sends signals to the body. A banana is not just calories or sugar, it is information. The body reads that information and responds based on age, health history, stress levels, sleep quality, and current activity. This is why two people of the same age can eat the same food and feel very different afterward. Instead of blaming the food or the body, it helps to pause and observe. How do you feel 30 minutes after eating? How is your energy 1 hour later? Is your mind clear or foggy? Are you satisfied or already thinking about the next snack? These signals are not random. They are messages from the body asking for better timing, better combinations, or gentler pacing. This awareness is especially valuable after 50 because the body no longer tolerates extremes well. It prefers balance. It prefers calm digestion. It prefers foods that work with it rather than rush through it. When this balance is respected, energy becomes more stable, focus improves, and meals feel supportive rather than draining. In the next part, we will look more closely at what actually happens inside the body after eating a banana, how insulin behaves in an aging system, and why some people feel better while others feel worse. Understanding this process clearly, in simple terms, makes it much easier to make choices that support long-term health without fear or confusion. When a banana is eaten, the body begins a quiet and complex process that most people never see, but they feel its effects very clearly. The carbohydrates in the banana are broken down during digestion and turned into glucose. Glucose is a form of sugar that the body uses as fuel. It travels through the bloodstream to provide energy to the brain, muscles, and organs. This process is natural and necessary for life. As glucose enters the blood, the body must keep its level within a safe range. To do this, the pancreas releases a hormone called insulin. Insulin acts like a key. It opens the doors of the cells so glucose can move from the blood into the cells where it can be used for energy. In a younger body, this system works smoothly and quickly. In an older body, the response can be slower or less efficient. After the age of 50, many cells do not respond to insulin as well as they used to. This does not always mean diabetes, but it does mean the body has to work harder to manage sugar. When glucose rises quickly, the pancreas may release more insulin than necessary to bring it down. This can cause blood sugar to fall too low afterward, leading to fatigue, dizziness, or sudden hunger. This rise and fall can feel like a wave. At first, there may be a brief sense of energy or alertness. Soon after, the body feels heavy, the eyes feel tired, the mind feels slower. Some people describe it as a fog or a strong desire to sit or lie down. Others feel irritated or restless without knowing why. These feelings are often blamed on age, but they are strongly connected to blood sugar movement. The speed of digestion plays a major role here. A banana is soft and easy to digest. When eaten alone, it moves through the stomach quickly. Glucose enters the bloodstream at a faster pace. For a body over 50, this speed can be too much at once. The system becomes stressed trying to manage the sudden change, especially if insulin sensitivity is already reduced. Another important factor is timing. Eating a banana on an empty stomach can create a faster rise in blood sugar than eating it after a balanced meal. In the morning, when stress hormones are higher, the body may react more strongly to sugar. Late in the day, when activity is lower, glucose may linger in the blood longer. The same food creates different outcomes depending on when it is eaten. Stress also changes how insulin behaves. When the body is under stress, it releases hormones that raise blood sugar to prepare for action. If a banana is eaten during a stressful moment, the combined effect can push glucose higher than expected. The body then has to correct this, which may leave a person feeling drained afterward. This is why rushed eating often leads to discomfort and low energy later. Sleep quality matters as well. Poor sleep reduces insulin sensitivity. After a night of broken or short sleep, the body is already struggling to manage sugar. Even a simple fruit can feel heavier than usual. Many older adults experience sleep changes, which quietly affect how food is handled during the day. Muscle mass also plays a role. Muscles help absorb glucose efficiently. With age, muscle mass naturally declines if it is not actively maintained. When there is less muscle, there are fewer places for glucose to go. This means sugar stays in the bloodstream longer, increasing the workload on insulin. This does not mean intense exercise is required, but it does explain why movement helps stabilize energy after meals. It is important to understand that these reactions are not signs of weakness. They are signs of adaptation. The body is changing its priorities. It wants steadiness, not speed. It wants support, not overload. When food enters too quickly, the system reacts defensively. When food enters gradually, the system remains calm. Many people over 50 begin to avoid foods that cause these uncomfortable feelings. This can lead to fear around eating and unnecessary restriction. The better approach is to learn how to slow the process down. The goal is not to eliminate bananas or fruit, but to help the body receive them more gently. This is where the idea of combining foods becomes important. When sugar is eaten with certain other nutrients, digestion slows. Glucose enters the bloodstream more gradually. Insulin does not need to spike as high. Energy becomes smoother and lasts longer. The body feels nourished rather than shocked. Understanding this process removes confusion. It explains why one day a banana feels fine and another day it feels heavy. It explains why two people can eat the same food and feel completely different. The difference is not the banana. The difference is the body, the timing, and the internal environment. In the next part, we will explore how simple food combinations can change this entire experience. By pairing a banana with the right support, digestion can slow, blood sugar can stay more stable, and energy can feel steady instead of unpredictable. These are small changes, but for someone over 50, they can make a noticeable difference in daily comfort and long-term well-being. As we grow older, the body begins to appreciate simplicity and balance even more. It no longer responds well to extremes, especially when it comes to food. One of the easiest ways to support digestion and blood sugar after 50 is through food pairing. This simply means eating certain foods together so the body can process them more slowly and comfortably. This approach does not require strict rules or complicated plans. It only requires gentle adjustments. When a banana is eaten together with a small amount of healthy fat, the digestion process naturally slows down. Fat takes longer to digest than carbohydrates. Because of this, it helps slow the release of glucose into the bloodstream. Instead of a fast rise followed by a sudden drop, sugar enters the blood at a calmer pace. For an older body, this can feel like a relief. Energy feels steadier, and the uncomfortable heaviness after eating is reduced. One simple and practical option is almond butter. A small spoon is enough. Almond butter contains healthy fats that support the body without overloading it. These fats help signal the stomach to slow digestion. As a result, the banana moves more gradually through the digestive system. Glucose is released slowly, giving insulin time to work efficiently rather than urgently. Almond butter also provides magnesium, a mineral that becomes more important with age. Magnesium supports muscle function, nerve health, and blood sugar balance. Many adults over 50 are slightly low in magnesium without realizing it. When magnesium levels are low, insulin does not work as smoothly. By including foods that naturally contain this mineral, the body is quietly supported at a deeper level. Another benefit of healthy fats is their effect on satisfaction. When carbohydrates are eaten alone, hunger often returns quickly. When fat is included, the feeling of fullness lasts longer. This helps reduce constant snacking and keeps energy more stable throughout the day. For older adults, this can make daily routines feel calmer and more predictable. It is important to note that the amount matters. This is not about adding large portions or heavy foods. A small amount is enough to change how the body responds. The goal is not to make the meal rich, but to make it balanced. Too much fat can slow digestion too much and cause discomfort. Gentle support is always better than excess. Some people also benefit from adding a small pinch of cinnamon. Cinnamon has been traditionally used to support how cells respond to glucose. It helps improve insulin sensitivity, meaning the cells respond better when insulin signals them to take in sugar. This can smooth out the ups and downs that many people feel after eating. The amount should be small, just enough to add warmth, not intensity. Cinnamon also adds flavor without adding sugar. As taste sensitivity changes with age, some people crave stronger flavors. Using natural spices can make food more enjoyable without increasing sugar intake. This supports both physical comfort and emotional satisfaction with meals. Food pairing also helps reduce stress on the digestive system. When digestion is rushed, the gut becomes irritated more easily. Slower digestion allows the stomach and intestines to work calmly. This can reduce bloating, gas, and that heavy feeling many people experience after eating fruit alone. For someone over 50, these small changes can have a big impact. Instead of feeling tired after a snack, there's a sense of steady energy. Instead of mental fog, there is clearer focus. Instead of hunger returning too soon, there is satisfaction that lasts. These changes improve not only physical comfort, but also confidence around food choices. It is also helpful to eat mindfully. Sitting down, chewing slowly, and avoiding distractions allows the nervous system to relax. When the body feels safe and calm, digestion improves. This becomes more important with age, as the connection between stress and digestion becomes stronger. These adjustments do not require perfection. Some days will feel better than others. The body changes from day to day based on sleep, stress, and activity. The key is to notice patterns rather than judge outcomes. When something feels supportive, it can be repeated. When something feels uncomfortable, it can be adjusted. In the next and final part, we will bring everything together. We will talk about how to listen to the body's signals, how to build trust with food again, and how to create simple routines that support energy, comfort, and long-term health after 50, without fear or strict control. As the body grows older, it becomes a very honest communicator. It clearly shows what supports it and what creates strain. After the age of 50, these signals become stronger and more noticeable. Energy, focus, digestion, and mood all respond quickly to how and when food is eaten. Learning to listen to these signals is one of the most powerful tools for long-term well-being. It is important to remember that no single food is good or bad. A banana is not the problem, and it is not a cure. It is simply information for the body. How that information is processed depends on many factors, including age, stress, sleep, activity, and food combinations. When these factors are understood, food becomes less confusing and more supportive. Two people can eat the same banana and have completely different experiences. One may feel satisfied and steady, the other may feel tired and hungry again soon. This difference is not about discipline or strength, it is about physiology. Each body has its own history, its own pace, and its own needs. Respecting this individuality becomes more important with age. One of the most helpful habits after 50 is paying attention to how you feel after eating, not with worry, but with curiosity. Notice your energy 30 minutes later. Notice your focus after an hour. Notice whether hunger returns gently or suddenly. These observations are quiet lessons. Over time, they guide better choices without strict rules. Routine also brings comfort to the aging body. Eating at regular times, choosing familiar foods, and keeping portions moderate helps the digestive system stay calm. Sudden changes, large meals, or rushed eating can overwhelm a system that now prefers rhythm and predictability. Gentle consistency supports stable blood sugar and smoother digestion. Movement plays a supporting role as well. Even light activity helps the body use glucose more efficiently. A short walk after eating, stretching, or simple household movement can improve energy and reduce heaviness. This is not about exercise goals. It is about helping the body do what it is designed to do. Emotional health also affects how food is processed. Eating with worry, guilt, or fear creates tension in the body. That tension interferes with digestion and blood sugar balance. Creating a calm eating environment, sitting down and allowing time for meals sends a signal of safety to the nervous system. This signal becomes more valuable with age. As years pass, many people feel disconnected from their body. They follow rules that once worked but no longer fit. Rebuilding trust with the body takes patience. It means letting go of blame and learning through experience. When food choices are guided by how the body responds rather than by rigid advice, confidence slowly returns. Small adjustments like pairing a banana with a bit of healthy fat, eating more slowly, or choosing the right time of day can change how the body feels without removing foods you enjoy. These are not dramatic changes, but they are sustainable. They respect the body instead of fighting it. Health after 50 is not about perfection. It is about support. It is about making choices that reduce strain and increase comfort. When the body feels supported, energy becomes more stable, focus improves, and daily life feels easier to manage. Over time, these gentle habits add up. Blood sugar becomes more balanced. Digestion becomes more predictable. Meals become moments of nourishment rather than concern. The body may not be young, but it can still feel steady, capable, and cared for. The goal is not to control the body, but but to cooperate with it. Food is one of the simplest ways to do that. By paying attention, making small adjustments, and honoring how the body changes with age, it becomes possible to feel better day by day without fear, pressure, or confusion.